Welcome to Lucia's Vegan Lifestyle, your show for compassionate living without sacrifice. Little Italy, Italian food, and delis are quintessential elements of New York City, yet not typically what might come to mind when thinking vegan. On this episode of Lucia's Vegan Lifestyle, I'll take you to places that are out to change all that. Brought to us by the team behind the wildly popular Galioto is a family-owned and operated coffee shop, grocer, and delicatessen is located on the world-famous Mulberry Street in the heart of Little Italy. Let's stop in. Nima, thanks so much for having us.
Well, welcome to Galioto's. Since September, this has been open as a produce pop-up. 2 weeks ago, we opened with our full menu, but as you can see, you can walk in and get different specialty items, all of which are plant-based. And a lot of the items here we incorporate in our food. So if you love certain items in our food, you could buy the pasta, you could buy the tomato sauce, and you can make it at home. And the best part about it, we have the baskets here. So when you walk in, you basically grab a basket and you shop around the store. And you could grab your things as you go. You can order some of our pre-made pastas, and we could get a sandwich made, heated up for you. If you want a coffee, it's all one-stop shop. So as you walk around, you can see the pre-made pastas, the pre-made pickled items in the item. We have croissants, we have different pastries, we have bread, everything that you would get when you come to a kind of like a boutique grocery store. We have all specialty Italian drinks that you can get that aren't easy to source, but it's great to have. And here is different pictures of my stepdad's side and my sister's side, which the name comes from Galioto's. So his my Italian stepfather, my sister is Italian. You can actually see my sister in these pictures with my stepdad. And that's him with his old school jersey, the Galioto's jersey.
I love it.
You can see him up there playing poker. And his favorite food was Delicatessen, deli food, traditional deli food. He passed away from health complications, so a couple years ago. So we kind of want to pay tribute to him and make his favorite food, but in a healthier version. We have different pop-ups that come. We have Flower Girl that has like dry flowers. We have our merchandise. We have our hats.
You have the brioche.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we used to sneak into the jar and let them slowly melt in our fizz in our mouth.
It's interesting. Yeah, it's the same. My stepdad used to always have it. This is Daniel here. So this is Daniel's installation here. Alimentari Fonor, hand-picked seasonal produce from local farms in the area as much as possible.
Bringing old world Little Italy back to New York, but inspired by real Italy, of course. And it's been such a pleasure and honor to tell the story with Nima. And that's why we serve everything in baskets, is to really evoke that experience and make it timeless and harken back to the days when this was in existence here. So that's what we're intent on doing.
It's good to have a lot of plant-based items, but it's good to also have good tasting plant-based items. So we've tasted so many samples, our heads gonna fall off. We don't put anything in here unless we're really behind it, and we sample everything that goes on our shelf or into a product. So it was a long road to get here of tasting. I gained a few pounds.
Let's try some of the fresh pasta that Nima was telling us about. We have here a pesto. And we have the creamy Italian. It has cherry tomatoes, peppers, and basil. As veganism grows and there are increasing numbers of dedicated vegan establishments, more non-vegan places are becoming vegan-friendly. Tavola in Hell's Kitchen is a wood-oven trattoria by restaurateur and native New Yorker Nick Accardi. I found out about Tavola's vegan offerings from our friends at Please Cheese, which you'll recall from season 1 of Lucia's Vegan Lifestyle, posting mouth-watering images of their mozzarella on Tavola's Neapolitan-style pizza. Nick, thank you so much for welcoming us to your establishment.
You're welcome, Lucia. Welcome to Tavola.
Tell us a bit about the history of this important place and your history with it.
Well, so this was a very well-known Italian-American grocery store called Manganaro's grocery store. Now, it's interesting because it originally opened, the original family opened in 1897. So the family was here for over 3 generations. They didn't change a lot of things. So these doors at the entrance are over 100 years old. Those shelves that you see there, they're over 120 years old. And we tried to keep as much of it as we can when we took it over 8 years ago. And we turned it into a Tavola restaurant. We're known for our wood-burning ovens that were made in Naples, made out of volcanic clay from the Vesuvio volcano. They weigh 7,000 pounds. It's like having 2 cars on the floor. And what they do is they give you a really dry, crispy Neapolitan leopard crust. We use Parmigiana tomatoes, Sicilian olive oil, fresh basil. We got accepted as one of the 10 best wood-burning oven pizzas in the United States by Galioto magazine, which is a subsidiary of the Michelin Guide. We've been written up in the New York Times, we're very proud to say, and we've had much success. And recently, we've had a lot of people asking us about vegan options. This company called Please Cheese started making this vegan mozzarella made with fava beans, potatoes, and other vegetables. And it has a nice, rich texture, very similar to mozzarella. So we started making our classic pizzas, our margaritas, with this cheese. And we've had great success with vegans coming here and saying, oh, we heard about this. And in the short time that we've been serving this, we already have quite a few regulars coming by. And we hear all the time it's some of the best or the best vegan pizza they ever had. So I'm proud to say it's a great product. Apart from the pizza, we also offer eggplant parmesan. La parmigiana, we say in Italy. So a parmigiana Sicilian style, which is baked eggplant with olive oil, as opposed to deep fried with breadcrumb and gloppy mozzarella. And then we use some vegan cheese and fresh basil, some Parmigiana tomatoes, and we make this wonderful melanzana alla parmigiana vegan. So we have vegan eggplant parmesan. We also have a wonderful vegan lasagna. It's a vegan lasagna. It's done with a fava pesto puree, cauliflower, artichokes that are roasted and fried in garlic. And then they're layered with a gluten-free pasta that comes from Venice, that if you didn't know it was gluten-free, you wouldn't know that these sheets of pasta is so delicious. So we're happy to say that we've introduced these products that are both vegan and gluten-free, or one or the other, or both. And so we're hoping that other people start enjoying them as well, as we make all these things in-house, including the gluten-free crusts are made by hand, as opposed to these flat discs that taste like cardboard. And like I said, we've enjoyed much great success from the vegan community.
And how far do you think you'll go with the vegan? Like, will you make the calabresa buona eventually?
Well, calabresa buona, we're waiting for someone to make a really good soppressata that's vegan. I don't know, they're working on it. But you know, nothing surprising. It's amazing how much has been created, how many things are made vegan now, unlike in the past where it was the beginning. They actually have a lot of flavor. You're not really sacrificing much in your culinary satisfaction in this regard. So
Now you have some news happening.
yes, so we also have a pizzeria downtown called Rocco's Pizza. It's been there for 22 years. And I'm moving it back to my original location called Cola's. Cola is short for Nicola, my Sicilian name. And we'll be also offering gluten-free vegan pies. Some vegan arancini siciliane. Yeah, so we're known for arancini. It's no reason why they can't be made vegan. We'll make them with a vegetable stock, saffron, some broccoli rabi, some Please cheese. So we really think this is really going to be a big part of our business, because it's so nice to hear customers say, we're vegans, this is the best vegan dish we've had in made this way, as opposed to other places. So.
Shall we try your pizza?
Of course, sure. Would you like to see? So here comes a pizza so this is an idea of the la margherita, and if you can see, the crust is is all very leoparded, which is a good sign of a wood-burning oven pie. That means the dough has reached this point of sugar maturation, and it creates these leoparding spots. So the dough is very light and crispy. This is the vegan cheese and the Manzano tomatoes, you'll see, and some olive oil. As you can see, someone already took a bite out of it. But this is what we do. This is the classica margherita. This is an example of what we do here. Ecco Lucia, allora, adesso mangiamo la pizza.
Sì, dai.
So all this talk. Adesso si va a vedere la vera pizza. Questa è la vera pizza napoletana, as you can see.
And we can say, a tavola.
A tavola a mangiare.
Will you explain to our viewers what a tavola means?
A tavola is something we say in Italy when dinner is ready. It usually means when the dinner is being served, is when you're called to the table. It means basically everybody at the table. Tutti a tavola.
Buon appetito.
Buon appetito. Very good.
Wow. Heavenly. With the flour that you use for your crust, the San Marzano tomatoes, and this mozzarella that melts, or it melts properly, it is the perfect bite.
Well, thank you.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad you're enjoying it.
So much. And now all our viewers will come and visit. I'm waiting for the vegan version of the calabresa buona. Just down the street from Tavola, Nick's brother John heads Vito's Slices and Ices, also using pleased cheese on their old school New York slices and pies. John, thank you so much for welcoming us.
My pleasure.
So tell us about Vito's Slices.
Okay, Vito's Slices and Ices. We've been open now just over a year. And what I set out to do was bring back a typical New York style pizzeria, like an old school New York style pizzeria. Unfortunately, there aren't many left. There are many pizzerias, but not many good ones. So I thought, let's give this a roll. And the response has been great so far. And as the name says, I just do slices and ices. I do typical Italian ices. My ices are all made with fresh fruits, dark Belgian chocolate and so forth. So, and they're kind of also hard to find these days. Stuff that's not made with artificial flavoring and coloring. Now, the pizza, not long ago, I was approached by Pleased Cheese if I was interested in trying his vegan cheese. I thought I'd give him a try. And the response has been phenomenal so far. I have people coming from kind of far for a slice of the vegan pizza. So that's been great. Plus the product is top notch. It's very good. The pizzas here, I don't do a million varieties of pizza. I do what I consider like old school classics, whether it's a white pizza or a mushroom pie. We also do gluten-free pizzas.
What made you decide to try out the vegan, to offer that option?
Well, I have friends that are vegans, for one, and I've made pizzas for my friends with vegan cheeses that I've bought on my own. When I tried the Pleased cheese, I realized that this cheese had the right texture, the right flavor. It melted properly. So we went with it, and the response has been good. I'm kind of flattered that he chose to feature it here at our pizzeria. I think I'm the only pizzeria in New York City offering it at the moment. We're going to actually make a pizza for you guys to look at, the whole process, and you see the final product. Pictures speak 1,000 words. So if you eat with your eyes, and most people do, you'll either like it or you won't. So. That's a typical New York slice, where you fold it and it stays still.
Exactly. So good.
wow. You have to.
Although marinara is always good, it's so nice to be able to have cheese on pizza, cruelty-free. A New York Italian episode wouldn't be complete without dessert and ending at a fully vegan pizzeria. Screamers is the go-to when vegans want to know they can have everything on the menu, from the classic to a white slice with ricotta, zeppole, and cannoli. Let's go to Brooklyn. We're at Screamers and we're switching it up a bit. I've gotten a white slice, so let's try that. Wow. Oh my God, so good. So I have to admit, I'm not really a fan of Italian pastries and cannoli, but Screamers serves vegan treats cannoli, which to me are better than dairy desserts when I was eating dairy many moons ago, pre-1996. So I will try their plain cannolo with you. Let's see how it is. If I could ever finish chewing and savoring this. It is light and crispy and just perfect. This is why Vegan Treats has been nominated one of the best bakeries in the world. Now let's try the chocolate one. The only thing that can make a Vegan Treats cannolo better is covering it with chocolate. And now for our LVL social media exclusive. We're making Romanesco potato lasagna. Visually striking Romanesco, a geometrical flower, which I first saw and tasted when I lived in Rome, has a flavor that's somewhat of a cross between cauliflower and broccoli. I recently discovered my local health food store carries it, so I couldn't wait to come up with an exciting recipe for you. The LVL Romanesco potato lasagna is pasta-free and gluten-free, layered with tempeh bacon, walnuts, cream cheese, feta, ricotta, and white bean bechamel. Join me in my kitchen and watch the video for this recipe on the Lucia's Vegan Lifestyle YouTube channel. Subscribe to catch up on previous episodes and follow on social media for exclusives and to find out what's airing next. Watch LVL to live your best vegan life. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Lucia's Vegan Lifestyle, your show for compassionate living without sacrifice. I'm Lucia, I'm vegan, and this is my lifestyle.